for the next part. I brought the UTV inside. They didn't assemble because I need to figure this out. Close, so I wish I shouldn't be closer than that. I owe you some update on the project. Sometime I need some time to think about what I'm going to do without having to explain what I'm doing. It does happen. Okay. So that is one part of the frame. This system, I've taken the idea from Jaycee. I'll try to put the link in the description below. This guy made a Snowplow for his Can-Am Defender, and you know, this is the kind of machine. It has nothing to do with a tractor. I mean, it's not built from a very thick frame. It's a thin frame, but it's a cage, which is fine for that kind of vehicle. But at some point you have to rely on some points where you can hang the plow, and it's going to get some stress on that. So I was looking for some place where I could put the plow, and knowing myself, I'm going to abuse it for sure. I got in between the wheels, front wheel, I've got a point where the frame is, let's say, concentrated in one point where there's the tabs going on each side. So the tab on one side, this is the front and the back. And I have a very nice flat surface on each side, which is pretty much strong because there's let's say 2 beams on a plate, so it cannot collapse, it cannot bend. It's attaching the front tabs, so it's already meant to get some stress. So I'm going to rely on those 2 surfaces. I bend a little bit those plates, so whenever I'm going to raise the frame underneath the UTV, it's going to slide into position and being guided with that. And I'm going to link this toward the back receiver, hitch receiver, and this is at the front where it's going to, mainly at that area, to hook with the plow. So there's chances that I leave the subframe there. There's also some chances that I just remove the whole frame when I'm not using the plow. So I'll show you that. I'm going to try it for the first time along with you. Fingers crossed. So this is the front tab on the left side, and this is I hope you can see it, maybe from underneath. This is the flat surface, a plate underneath, and the advantage of that machine is that the whole bottom is a one flat surface I can lean or rest against. It's not that thick material, but it's bent, so it makes a strong shape. So I have those cross beam on the other frame that are going to rest against this. The tabs are going to push again this surface here. Let's try this. snug. Perfect. That's what I wanted. Okay. Yes. Exactly what I wanted. Good. Now, next thing to do is to go on the other side. My plan is to hook something here, some kind of receiver that will, when I raise the pole, let's say that there will be a pole coming from here, going at the front, and it's going to meet the frame up there. My goal, by the way, is not to link this to this position. I'm only looking for here, that's I would say 5/8 steel bar, solid steel bar that I can hook on it, so I can clamp this up like so, moving sideways. You've seen the tabs on the sides. Up and down is going to be leaning against the frame. It'll be held against the frame, and going down is going to be the hooks here. So I'll have to make some kind of contraption so it can snap and hold it tight. So that will be the subframe of that plow. Then for the pivot point of the plow, as far as I can reach back would be the best. And the reason for that is that you don't want the UTV to jump over the plow. If I were to use a much smaller distance, it could happen. So you need to have the longest distance possible, but yet I still have to consider that the plow needs not to block this. So I'm just against this, so I can go maybe 10 inches further and build a frame that will hook the plow. Now why so here is that I want to make sure that I get enough material to hook this, and also I like to use the winch to raise that subframe into position 2. So that's the goal. So I'm going to return to thinking mode, and I'll revert back to you as soon as possible. Stick around. I just finished welding this. I should be careful, it should be still hot. So this is going to be fit here, so that's going to be the fixed part of the plow, which will be fixed on the UTV. Pivot point here, same for the other side. Okay, and as I said, this is the A-frame that goes, that is movable. It's going to raise right up and down, and I did that too. So I put this inside, press fit, would be welded later. And this one goes this way, and this way. So it's being cut in such an angle that by the length of was 16 inches, it raised 2 inches. So it's going to match the exact 8 of that A-frame and the 8 of the UTV. So I'm going to weld this together, and after that I'm going to weld this one here, but I still want to have a pin so we get the proper alignment. So I'm going to weld those together. After that I'm going to do that. And by the way, I'm going to weld this tab along with that so I can bolt this pin in, and I'm going to add a greaser, 2 greasing holes, and this hole is a blind hole too, which is perfect. I need to align this with this one and clamp it down. I'm going to mark the center of this one and this one along with the other. Seems good so far. This is what I came up with. I added those two links to join together a long pole. This pole is going to the back of the UTV. It's going to hook into the hitch receiver in such a fashion that I don't know yet. That would be the inspiration of the moment, I guess. Okay. How much does it weigh? Maybe 50 pounds. Not too bad. Let's go to the back. Now, if I like to have some kind of device that would be easy to set up, that would be nice, but I can. Okay, and by the way, it's going to push this way very hard. As far as I'm going to push some snow, it's going to be pushing very hard like this. So some people would do is to put what is that exactly? A coupler. They will put that in that direction. So they put the, let's say, a receiver like so, this thing down, or actually it could be reversed, facing down, and while doing so, they can hook and just go like so. The problem is that this part is not meant to receive such pressure. It's very, very small surface, contact surface that will be used. So it's mainly to push on that surface, and sometime occasionally on this one. So that's why I want to have that receiver copper actually to be facing the front like so. So I can't have this pole to lift and go like so, but what I can do is to have it face like so. I'm back. So I did make this hole just nicely. I cleaned the pin. So, from what I can see, I wish I had it a little bit longer. Hey. Going to go like so. So you see that flex. Not too bad. Yes, 60, 65 pounds. So as hard as it seems, this is how it goes. thing is, you have this hook there. Okay. Quick update, if I can say so. I took like 15 minutes or maybe a full day to make a very small, simple bracket. Maybe not so simple. This is the bracket itself. I've added those two angle iron welded onto a 1/4 inch steel plate, stitch weld here. That is solid steel, 3/4 by 3/4 square square stock. So I have a long nut here with the 5/8 bolt. Okay, much better like this. Okay, the bracket should be okay. Okay, as I said before, I'm going to use the winch to raise it to this distance. Let's say so, much like I did here. It needs to be against the frame, and after that, when it's done, I have this. So let's say I just lift with the winch. I have this hooking on that very strong bracket, and that's it. Most likely I have to secure that so it doesn't disengage. Hey. Don't disengage, please. Seems good. It's good both ways.